Hey guys, what's up? It's Shani and welcome back to the After Action Report, and we're actually on episode 33, and if you remember from episode 32, we have just had a full weekend worth of the Modern Warfare beta, which happened to be the exclusive weekend for PlayStation 4, and yeah, I thought I'd put together a bunch of my initial thoughts and opinions about the beta. So disclaimer ahead, this is very opinionated, it's very my own opinions and then some of the stuff that I have seen a general consensus for on Twitter. Off the break, I do want to say a huge thank you to Megarom Interactive, who are the local distributors for Call of Duty in South Africa, and the connection between us and Activision. I do want to thank them for supporting the content. This is a sponsored video, although my thoughts and opinions are my own, and I'm not being paid to say specific things. They're just supporting the content and making sure that the content is being made. But let's jump into the opinions, shall we? The past weekend was the first weekend of a 2-weekend beta for the upcoming game Modern Warfare, which will be launching on the 25th of October. So what happened was, obviously because PlayStation has the exclusive first on PlayStation experience, we had early access for those of us who had pre-ordered and gotten our hands on codes. We got to play on the Thursday, Friday, and then it was open beta for Saturday, Sunday, and then into Monday, considering that time difference here for South Africa, 10 a.m. PT in American time translates to 7 p.m. Monday evening here for us. Obviously, with a beta, there are going to be some pros and cons, there are going to be some opinions. The biggest debate coming out of the beta for weekend one has to be the minimap. There's two sides to the story, I guess. Infinity Ward released this beta into the wild, and you guessed it, there was no minimap. Minimap has become a score streak, which comes in the form of obviously your UAVs. So you get the standard UAV, but then you also get your personal UAV radar thing. So basically for the first day, all of us were running around like continually spamming UAVs, and considering the Ghost is only at level 13 and the level cap was level 10, none of us could equip Ghosts, and it was like really awkward, like I want protection from the things because they're just in the sky all the time, so I'm continually like shooting them down. I can't have a pistol. I really struggled without seeing where my friendlies were. Like I didn't care too much about not being able to see where the enemies are coming from, because remember, I'm not a competitive player. I'm barely a pubs player. I just happen to cast, and I cast competitively. So it's a weird thing where I'm already complaining about I need a minimap, because I was partied up with friends and they were like, oh, they're on me, and I'm like, friend, I don't know where you were because I don't see you on the minimap. So they did take some feedback and they did tweak it a little bit. I know they're going to be tweaking it ahead of next weekend as well. Feel like with this game, more so than any other title, really, as at least to my opinion, there is more of like a tension and a rift and a divide between the casual and the competitive players, because casual guys are complaining about how the game is always going to get tweaked in favor of the esports guys, whereas the esports and competitive guys are saying that it's always going to be balanced towards the pub players. But I do feel like there's a bigger divide than usual, and this was just beta weekend 1. But hopefully they can balance things out. I want Infinity Ward to release as good of a game as possible, and even if that means there's a different kind of way to approach the game and competitive, making sure that the minimap is continually on, like back to traditional standards, and then they get the game that they wanted in pubs where there's no minimap or whatever the case may be. Something that does absolutely need reworking and fixing is spawns. So even I was complaining about spawns. Is like I'm spawning straight up and literally I'm spawning into a line of bullets. Something else that I really would like to see streamlined would be the way that streaks are called in. So I would like to see it go back to how we did in World War II, where you could scroll between your different streaks and then just use your D-pad, whereas having to bring up the really clunky like scroll wheel is kind of awkward. Not really the biggest fan of that, and then also it takes way too long to bring your streaks in. So like the animation for like the what's it called, the cruise missile or whatever it is, combat missile, that takes way too long. Like they need to like shorten the times that the streaks get called in. So the heads up display, I really am such a fan of the really big text, or like the bigger text than what we're used to in Black Ops 4, because I'm hoping that that relates and translates into the codcaster for this game, because obviously currently Black Ops 4, the codcaster is codcaster for ants. So I'm hoping that the big heads up display and the very clean heads up display translates into Modern Warfare's codcaster, obviously, because that'll make it a better viewing experience for everyone. But with that also being said, I do like the effect of the black and white and the color, the sound disappearing and stuff when you are super weak. So that can stay 100%. Give me black and white and give me no sound rather than a super bloodied screen. Now that I do my hands like that, night maps are trash. The night mode maps I absolutely despise, will not be playing that very likely. I don't like that my peripheral is tunneled into a little position like this and then everything's the same color. Really not a fan of the night maps, and it doesn't help that the first map I ever played in the night mode vibe was Cave, so I really didn't enjoy the night modes. But in the same breath, I also really did not or do not enjoy the realism mode, which is basically like hardcore. So I gave it a couple of games, a couple of rounds. I'm like, yeah, hardcore realism, not for me. But what I did really like and what I do really love is cyber attack. So the mode, thoroughly loved it. I was actually bleak when it was taken away as a featured game or mode. I feel cyber attack is to this game like Heist was to me in Black Ops 4. So in the week that Black Ops 4 was released, for launch week, I played only Heist. It was all I was grinding. I wasn't touching Blackouts. I wasn't touching like normal pubs. All I wanted to play like the normal rotation, TDM, DOM, whatever. All I wanted to play was Heist, and it's all I was playing. And I'm kind of sad that locally you can't really find lobbies for it anymore. You have to join up with like a friend in the EU, whatever, to try and find yourself into a 200 ping lobby overseas. But I loved Heist when it was fresh in the country, and then I feel cyber attack, hopefully it doesn't go the same way in terms of lobbies, but I really enjoyed playing cyber attack. And I'm not an S&D fan. I love watching it. I obviously love casting it, but I'm not an S&D player. And I thoroughly enjoy playing cyber attack, which is amazing to me because it's not typically a respawn game. Yes, you can be revived. It's got like that battle royale vibe, but not actually really. It's very R6, which is also strange because R6 tilts me to no end. But I do feel like Modern Warfare is an amalgamation. It's an amalgamation of, if you're South African, you get why I'm laughing. But I do think that Modern Warfare is like this really rad combination between R6 and Battlefield, but with COD mechanics. So kudos to them for that. But I do want to obviously see some stuff get fixed and some stuff being tweaked. A lot of people complaining about the maps. Cave, as I've already mentioned, really trash map. But people are saying, at least the comp players are saying, that they're looking forward to the comp focused maps. Obviously Ground War will be coming in the next weekend now, so crossplay beta is going to be happening from the Thursday till the Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, it's going to be up on the screen right now, but they have mentioned that the open beta for crossplay is going to be happening from the Friday evening, so from like 6 p.m. PT, which will be 3 a.m. Saturday morning for South African players. I'll be at Comic-Con, so between Comic-Con craziness, I'm going to try and jump on and do as much streaming as possible and play as much of crossplay as possible, purely because I'm very excited that what crossplay is going to do, at least for our lobbies locally, is we'll be able to have Xbox and PlayStation together joining to have this one super group of users. PC players, we don't need your mouse and keyboard nonsense. I'm totally kidding. I'm just really not looking forward to getting absolutely smoked with the keyboard and mouse every which way I turn. But that's some of my feelings from the beta, and yeah, I think I disconnected once the entire weekend, and that was it for my connectivity issues. There were a couple of moments every now and again where it would struggle to matchmake, and then I just rebooted my game and it was fine. So there weren't really any serious connectivity issues coming in from my side. Rarely ever got sorted into international lobbies. I do like the indicator showing you with the current ping that it's searching for as well, but majority of my lobbies, I think in total, out of all of the games I played this weekend, if 10 were international, it was a lot. I really didn't have an issue finding locals. Obviously, everyone was playing as well, so that was great to see. And then, because I totally forgot about them while I was recording this video, here are some honorary mentions from stream over the past weekend, and then also just a couple of the highlights from the Infinity Ward crossplay beta live stream that happened yesterday evening. That's not a great sensation. Wow. That's like worse than a 9-bang. Okay, that's something I want them to change, is the scoreboard. I want to see my kills, my assists, and my deaths. Like, I need that. I need to know how badly and poorly I'm doing. So to start, we did get some exciting news if you are an Xbox or a PC player, in that post-launch, all content, so maps and modes that are going to be added to the game, will be added to all platforms at the same time. Now, PlayStation are still keeping hold of their exclusive relationship, but it doesn't look like it's going to turn into getting content earlier. They have, however, said that they will still be promoting why PlayStation is the best place still to play Modern Warfare, or at least Call of Duty, and it sounds like there's going to be some day one exclusive content or something along the lines, but I'll give you more information once we get that. Other information coming out of the live stream last night was that they shared the first screenshot of the Crashed River Quarry ground war map that will be coming this weekend for crossplay. That is going to be the 32 versus 32 map. Is going to be spawn selection so that you can spawn on teammates or spawn on vehicles, and I'm getting a lot of Battlefield vibes from this. And then they gave us some details about how crossplay is going to work. Yes, you will have an option to opt in or out of crossplay. So if you want to stick with your own platform peeps, then you're happy to do that. There is an option to opt out of crossplay, but in terms of matchmaking, they did go into quite a bit of detail about this, and I have left a link in the description below. But in essence, all you need to know is matchmaking will be based off of what input you're using for your playing experience. They also explained how they had to build their own internal platform in order to make party chats work with your cross-platform companions, and they really pushed having an Activision account and explained how for crossplay you will join and add friends via your Activision profile rather than your PSN, Xbox Live, or whatever the case may be. They also explained a new concept around blueprints. Now, they did say if you reach level 10 throughout the duration of the beta, you will receive this exclusive shotgun when the game launches. So rather than just getting a calling card for playing the beta, at least when you hit level 10, you'll get this fancy new shotgun that has a specific look to it. Now, the specific looks are known as blueprints, and those can be applied to various weaponry through the gunsmith, but more details about that once we get our hands on it from launch. And then finally, I need to make you all aware that I am currently giving away a beta code for early access over on my Facebook page. You go check that out in the description below. It is a multi-platform key, so PlayStation, Xbox, and PC players all welcome to enter and try to get your hands on an early access code to join us in the beta happening from Thursday this week. That is going to be it for After Action Report episode 33. I will see you hopefully in the week with more COD content, more details about the upcoming release, and then yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to leave that like, subscribe if you are new around here. I hope you're playing as close to zero ping as possible, and I'll see you guys again soon. Cheers!